The eerie greeny light of the Sentinel Oak's chamber revealed a sight that sent shivers down their spines. At the center of the cavern stood a massive creature, a nightmare beast that seemed to defy the very laws of nature. It had the body of a serpent, but its scales glistened with an unnatural, sickly hue. Its eyes burned with malevolence, and rows of razor-sharp teeth filled its gaping maw. The creature's presence filled the chamber with an oppressive aura of dread, and its rumbling growl sent tremors through the ground. John and his friends exchanged terrified glances, their hearts pounding in their chests. Lyriel, the opalescent feline, hissed under her breath. "That's the guardian of the Sentinel Oak, the Serpent of Shadows. It's a creature of ancient legends, a protector of secrets and a harbinger of doom." Thistlewind, the sprite-like being, trembled with fear. "We should turn back. We can't hope to defeat such a monstrosity." But John, fueled by a newfound determination, stepped forward. "No, we can't turn back now. We've come too far, and we can't let this beast stop us. There must be a way to get past it." Lumina, the radiant jellyfish-like creature, floated closer to the Serpent of Shadows, casting its soothing lights upon the beast. But the creature only hissed and recoiled, its eyes narrowing with fury. The battle was inevitable. The Serpent of Shadows lunged forward with incredible speed, its gaping maw snapping shut just inches from John's face. He narrowly dodged the attack, feeling the searing heat of the creature's breath as it passed. With a cry of defiance, John summoned the magic he had learned in the Enchanted Grove. He extended his hand, and a burst of energy shot forth, striking the creature's hide. But the Serpent of Shadows was no ordinary foe. It shrugged off the attack, its scales shimmering with an eerie resilience. Lyriel and Thistlewind joined the fray, their own abilities adding to the onslaught. Lyriel's opalescent fur crackled with energy as she launched herself at the creature, claws extended. Thistlewind unleashed a cascade of sparkling dust that swirled around the beast, momentarily blinding it. The Serpent of Shadows roared in fury, its deafening cry reverberating through the chamber. It lashed out with its serpentine body, sending John and his friends tumbling across the cavern floor. The battle raged on, with the creature proving to be a formidable adversary. As they fought for their lives, John couldn't help but think of his family, his friends back home, and the life he had left behind. He knew that he had to survive this ordeal, not just for himself but for the hope of returning to the world he had known. But despite their best efforts, it became clear that they were outmatched. The Serpent of Shadows was relentless, its attacks growing more ferocious with each passing moment. It seemed as if the beast drew power from the very depths of the Sentinel Oak. In a desperate bid to turn the tide, John summoned all the magic he could muster. He channeled his emotions, his longing for home, and his determination to protect his friends. With a burst of energy, he unleashed a powerful wave of light that enveloped the creature. For a moment, it seemed as if they had succeeded. The Serpent of Shadows writhed in pain, its monstrous form contorting and twisting. But just when victory seemed within reach, the beast let out an ear-piercing shriek, and its scales began to glow with an unholy light. In an instant, the creature transformed, its serpentine body elongating and splitting into multiple shadowy forms. It was as if the Serpent of Shadows had multiplied, and now there were several of them, each as deadly and malevolent as the original. John and his friends were overwhelmed. They fought valiantly, but it was clear that they could not defeat the multiple manifestations of the creature. The chamber became a chaotic battleground, with shadows and scales swirling in a nightmarish frenzy. In the midst of the chaos, John saw an opportunity. He spotted a narrow opening in the chamber's wall, a passageway that led deeper into the Sentinel Oak. Without hesitation, he shouted to his friends, "Follow me. We have to escape." With grim determination, they fought their way towards the opening, dodging the relentless attacks of the Serpent of Shadows. It was a harrowing escape, with the creatures in hot pursuit, their hissing and growling echoing through the chamber. Just as they reached the passageway, a final, desperate attack from the Serpent of Shadows sent John tumbling forward. He felt a searing pain as one of the creature's shadowy forms lashed out, and he was thrown through the opening. As he tumbled into the darkness, he heard the anguished cries of his friends, but there was nothing he could do. The passage closed behind him, sealing him off from the nightmarish chamber and the terrifying beast that pursued them. John landed in a heap on the ground, his body aching from the impact. He had narrowly escaped with his life, but the chaos and confusion had left him disoriented and separated from his friends. As he struggled to his feet, he realized with a sinking heart that he was now on his own, deep within the bowels of the Sentinel Oak. The chamber behind him was filled with the echoing cries of his friends, locked in a desperate battle with the Serpent of Shadows. John knew that he couldn't leave them behind, but he also knew that he had to find a way to help them. With a heavy heart, he ventured deeper into the tree, determined to uncover the secrets that lay within its ancient heart. The passageway twisted and turned, leading him further into the labyrinthine depths of the Sentinel Oak. His journey had taken a perilous turn, but he remained resolute, knowing that he had to reunite with his friends and continue their quest for home. As he pressed on, the echoes of the battle behind him grew fainter, replaced by an eerie silence. The air grew colder, and the walls of the passage seemed to close in around him. It was as if the Sentinel Oak itself was testing his resolve, challenging him to prove his worth. And then, just when he thought he couldn't go any further, he heard it, a terrifying noise that sent a chill down his spine. It was a low, guttural growl that reverberated through the passage, followed by the ominous sound of heavy, slithering movements. John sprinted into the darkness.